Well, I mean, you can't prove that. You say it weird. I don't. And that's just the fact of the matter. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Brass Tacks Podcast, episode 34. We are your hosts, Rick and Adam. I'm Rick.
Yeah.
That's Adam. And we are coming back from our remote stations to bring you another week of some laughs, some jovial times in such, in such weary times. You need a little laughter and jocularity in your life. Wouldn't you agree, Adam?
Yeah, I guess. Dude, I was just thinking maybe you should... I don't know. We never tested...
What?
Integrating the other channels like that.
What do you mean?
In our pre-check.
I think we'll be okay.
All right.
But, so... you have an update or something, right, on the on your neighbor situation?
Yeah, I just hope I'm not wasting it, but yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, if it double repeats, I'm not doing this again.
Well, fair enough. So, what's going on?
Nothing's going on. My workstation, because I work from home now, is like right next to one of the doors. I walk out the front door, and there's 4 bags of Amazon Fresh from Whole Foods. I'm like, we didn't order any of that shit.
Oh, shit.
So, like, I wonder who ordered it. So you look on the labels.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. It is our unfriendly neighbor who they mistakenly delivered it to our house. Yeah, dude.
That sucks.
Dog. It doesn't suck for me. They fucking delivered it to our house. It was his. And like, oh, fuck. So I'm trying to do all the right things. I'm like, oh, man. I'm definitely not I don't have his contact information, so I'm not doing that. I'm not driving it to his house.
Right.
Because who knows? He could have a gun. He thinks I'm fucking...
Yeah, it sounds like he's already like really unstable to begin with.
Yeah. So I called Amazon. I said, hey, these went to the wrong place. Like, oh, don't worry about it. Just, you can take them for yourself. You can donate them, whatever you want to do.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it good shit
I'm
too?
like, oh, well, then I said, oh, do you want to know the address and the person that it was sent to? So you can like help them out and say, hey, we got to resend you stuff. Because I was like, this is my, neighbor, but.
Yeah, did you let them know you guys don't get along?
Yes, I did. She's like, yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, just keep all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, this is the address. So you can send another batch of stuff because it's at the wrong address. Like, oh no, we'll wait for him to call in and complain.
Oh shit.
About it. So she's like, yeah, you can have all that food. So I got a shitload of food, dude.
What? Dude, that
From
is
Whole Foods.
So is it like, I take it it's good shit too. I mean, I take it he ordered some decent food.
Man. It's like all these good cheeses. There was some onion, like some whole onions, some tomatoes.
Dude, fuck yes.
Like a bunch of bags of chips, some meats.
What's that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's like a supreme score.
Yeah, it was free. We got a free thing. We did all the right things. So
would you say it's like a week's worth of groceries or more?
It's about a week.
Dude, that is such a fucking badass like turn of events.
Yeah, and it's just who it's coming from. We got for free, so
yeah,
that's the big retribution on that, right? I mean,
it's crazy too, and like you were
this guy.
Well, like you were saying before, it's like now you know his information like even deeper. Like you have a last name, you have all kinds of shit on this guy now.
Right.
You think you're gonna hit the 4chan, drop a couple of doxes?
No, that's a waste of time.
Yeah, I realize. I mean, like you're pretty conscious of the whole doxing thing to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. We got all his food for the week, so
Was that your phone?
free.
Was that your phone vibrating the Amber Alert?
What? There was an Amber Alert?
Yeah, my phone just went off and I heard another vibration in the background. I was wondering if that was your phone too.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Mine went off as well.
Who the hell's out here stealing kids during a pandemic?
It says 4 Native American children, ages 5, 6, 11, 14.
Oh,
all
shit.
brown hair, brown eyes, 2 females, 2 males, believed to be in Colorado in a 2018 gray Dodge Journey with Wyoming plate 104087. Last seen with Stacia Potter Norris,
A 30-year-old.
30-year-old Native American female, 5'1", 130 pounds, brown eyes, brown hair. Call 911 if seen.
You just read the entire Amber Alert out.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that by the time this airs, it'll be too late.
It was too late. Yeah, even if they were listening to it live, it would be too late. Who knows what's going on there?
That's true. That sounds like a domestic issue right there. 30-year-old woman probably fleeing an abusive relationship.
Of course, 99% of them are domestic.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I feel like that's a husband who's probably like, unless she's batshit crazy and she's like threatening to do some shit on her end too. Like, you never know in those situations.
Right.
The only thing that really fucking sucks is like when the kids get caught up in between it like that.
Well, that always happens though.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I feel like more often than not, like parents are gonna do something to fuck the kid up along the lines. Like, no one's free from that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
dude. So instead of doing the bad news segment, I feel like we can skip the bad news segment considering everything that's in the news, and it's like, we're not really gonna be able to tell anyone anything new. In lieu of bad news, I actually found something I wanted to show you and discuss with you, because this kind of caught my eye and it freaked me out a little bit. So let me switch the screen over so you can see it. There is this podcast out right now called Dying for Sex, and it follows terminally ill women, or a terminally ill woman who left her husband to explore sexuality and reclaim her body. And
what?
Yeah.
She was even married?
Yeah, she was married. She was diagnosed with stage 5. Wait, no, what is that? Stage 4 terminal breast cancer. I don't think there's a stage 5. I'm stupid.
What does she look like though?
She's pretty gross. I'll show you in a second. A woman diagnosed. She has cancer, Adam. What do you think? She's fucking voluptuous and breathtaking.
Well, I mean,
So a woman diagnosed with stage 4 terminal breast cancer has documented the sexual adventure she embarked on to feel alive after leaving her husband in a new podcast. Dying for Sex follows the life of Nikki Boyer's best friend, only identified as Molly, who was diagnosed with cancer at age 41 after previously beating the disease in 2011. In the 6-part series, which concludes on the 11th of March, Molly explained that she decided to leave her 15-year marriage after the second cancer diagnosis because the couple's sex life had never gotten back on track after her first battle with breast cancer, which required her to undergo a double mastectomy, radiation, chemotherapy, and reconstructive surgery. Yeah, there's a lot that can be said right there, but all right. And she says, sexually, we had difficulties before cancer came along, Molly said of her marriage. Right before I got diagnosed, I was kind of looking to recharge our sex life, and then cancer showed up. When she was diagnosed again, Molly was put on a new medication that had the unexpected consequences of increasing her libido. Could be so lucky. So that's her on the right.
Okay.
Very gross looking, very emaciated. Kind of looks like she has Jesse Ventura dandelion hair, but that could be due to a few different reasons, I'm sure.
True.
She recalled that at the time her body needed to be touched, so she left her husband. In the podcast, she and host Boyer document the sexual encounters that follow while Molly is undergoing cancer treatment, which included receiving a personal massage and engaging in online dating. This is already like pretty rough because I don't think it goes into detail in the article, but you have to wonder, like, if she's disclosing to the people she's fucking, if, like, you would think that that's just something, like, I feel like that's the right thing to do. Like, if you're dying, you should probably let somebody know in case any complications arise during coitus.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's already bad enough. Like, it's bad enough when you're deep dicking a terminally ill woman and her fucking cancer wig keeps falling off in between thrusts. Like,
she was officially terminal?
Yeah.
She's dead now?
I don't know if she's dead now. I mean, the podcast just concluded last month. But I know this was just supposed to be like a like it said before, it had like different parts to it, and it wasn't supposed to be like a show that was ongoing. But I have a trailer for the show itself, and the biggest thing that I couldn't stand, like, already I hate the idea of this just because it just sounds so, it sounds kind of hacky and just like they're making a grab for listens because of the situation that it's in. But it's basically just like, this bitch is dying and she wants to just get dick. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but to document it and act like, oh, this is just some like this is some brave move or something is just kind of like, to me, it seems kind of phony. But what really got me is their voices, because it's those stereotypical like radio host, whole voice, kind of like that put on over the top. Oh, that shit, the Robin Quivers voice.
Yeah.
But here, I'm gonna play their trailer real quick. Their voices are the first thing that just made me think like, okay, I hope this process speeds up a little bit. This is the trailer for Dying for Sex.
Boyer, and when my best friend Molly was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, she decided to do something bold. Instead of juice cleanses, yoga, or support groups, she decided to get on Tinder and start having as much sex as possible.
Gross.
Like, I literally wanted to hump everything and everyone that I saw. Like, I was horny all the time.
We thought her stories were so interesting, we decided to put them on tape.
So we go inside his house, and then he's trying to get me to tickle him, and I'm like, okay, and then I kind of realize I'm being backed into a tickle fetish.
Dude, then and then and that same fucking cadence. It's like, okay, we get it. You're dying, you're a whore, do whatever you want. I think at our core, we're all whores. We're all looking for, as much sexual interaction as we can on this planet. And it's just so annoying. It's like, no one cares about some dying broad trying to get dick. I just don't care. Do you care?
No.
But here, let me continue with the trailer.
From Wondery comes Dying for Sex, a new podcast about feeling alive in the face of a terminal diagnosis.
So brave.
Sex is about life, it's about creation. And so it counters death.
And throwing caution to the wind.
Could you imagine this bitch getting pregnant by accident?
Oh, I know. What's she gonna do then?
Well, I mean, a couple months down the road, she's gonna be all excited and whatnot, and just when she feels comfortable telling friends, she's gonna wake up and take that piss and realize that she's sitting on top of a puddle of maraschino cherries in the bowl. That baby. Well, damn well that baby ain't coming to term.
True.
There were tons of guys, and they were so easy to collect. But at the time, it was like, fine, come over. What are you gonna do? Kill me? I'm dying.
And in the face of all that, what it means to be a friend.
Oh boy.
You're one of those people that makes me wanna live.
Oh.
Ew.
What?
Ew. You're one of those people that makes me want to live.
Live.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love you.
Ugh. Is that phony shit that women do to each other, that right there, that whole I love you thing, that was the equivalent of bless your heart. This feels like the host is like, yo, I've got an opportunity to capitalize on this dying prostitute here. And I think that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, let's get back to the sex.
Okay.
Ugh.
Dying for Sex premieres on February 12th on Apple.
Okay, that's enough of that. But what a concept.
Dude, she gets cured 2 months later. She's fine.
I don't know, man. I don't want to sound mean, but I feel like I've already jumped that hurdle. I kind of don't I kind of don't want this woman around. I don't want her producing content and fucking up.
Bet you she survives probably.
You think so?
Uh-huh.
Maybe she takes the Steve Jobs approach, tries to go holistic, and ends up speeding it up or something.
Oh yeah, that worked out.
Or if she can, I think Alex Trebek, she could take a page out of his book if she could get the entirety of America to start like praying for her. Maybe that'll work.
True.
Why not? But this whole dying for sex show, this is just, it seems like such a fucking kind of money grab. And damn well there's going to be a bunch of day drinking old housewives that are going to listen to this shit.
But why? Yeah, they're trying to. Yes, exactly. You're exactly right. Like, come on, dude.
It just plays into the vulnerability of like what's going on right now in society. How like there's all this. It's basically like it's exploiting the empowerment that's happening right now. I feel like I don't think that this is a genuine show.
Empowerment of what?
Of women, like how in light of
all right, they've got power.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is, I feel like
they got power. All right.
You almost said women have enough power, didn't you?
No.
Yes, you did.
They've got power.
But this is what I'm saying. Like it's good that we're starting to get all of this momentum behind civil rights and shit like that, and equality between genders and whatnot. But to have to have this type of shit out there, like to me, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just too skeptical of shit like this, but to me, this seems like somebody capitalizing on somebody else for the sake of notoriety.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of like what I do with you, because you're a wealth of content.
Radio gold.
Yeah, you're a hot boy. Dude, did you see the XFL is suspending operation and letting everybody go?
Of course they have to, dude. The XFL has been destroyed because of Corona, and it wouldn't have lasted anyways. But that's it. How
crazy is it that that out of all sports leagues that have tried to like come about, does that not seem like the most cursed sports league in history? Because didn't Vince McMahon tried to do XFL back in like the early 2000s or something like that?
Correct. Yes. This was the second attempt. Yeah.
Does did Vince still own it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I'm
pretty sure.
You know how shit like that is always like changing hands. It seems you never know.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's a good point you bring up. That's the second time that's probably going to fail, but they kind of got fucked on this one.
I agree.
Not by their choice.
It seemed like with all the PR and shit that they were doing and all the advertisements, like it seemed like they put a lot into the league itself, and it actually looked like it was going to do okay for itself. But
yeah, maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know, but
well, you know how the average American loves stupid shit like that. They just want someone. Sports are like religion. People just need something to hang on to, something to support, something to feel supported by, I guess.
Yeah, just like a Nintendo Switch, dude.
Oh, shut up with your Nintendo Switch.
I fucking snatched up a Nintendo Switch, dude.
Adam's all pumped because he was feeling lonely up in his mountain hideaway, and he had to buy himself a little treat.
No, it wasn't even about a treat, but like
it was about a treat, dude. You got a treat,
dog. This is some fucking rare ass shit right now. What are you
raise your voice
about?
At me? You needed a treat.
This is a fucking rare ass shit, dude.
Adam's gonna be up there being a good boy, doing some Animal Crossing.
I will challenge anyone who listens, the 2 to 3 people that are going to listen to this, try to find a Nintendo Switch.
Well, you got to be more specific because you can overpay out the ass for a Switch right now if you want to.
Whatever the MSRP, $300 is the price of a Nintendo Switch. Try to find one.
Did you buy any games for it yet, or are you just going to download them from the store?
No, they're being downloaded.
currently?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Dude, did you, this is another article I saw this morning when I was drinking my coffee, but did you see that China reclassified dogs as pets and not livestock?
No. I mean, look, there's like holiday time periods where they kill dogs in certain areas of China.
Yeah, there's a few countries that do like dog meat festivals and shit like that.
Yeah, and the problem is, like, look, I get it. I fucking kill animals. I've killed animals, obviously. So,
I wish you'd kill the one you see in the mirror.
yeah, well, yeah. No, but
What?
dogs, here's the problem. No, the problem with dogs is, dude, like, they've domesticated, like, we've domesticated with them, like, for hundreds of thousands of years. Like, all they want to do is just hang out with us.
Right.
That's it, dude.
Yeah, there's a kindredship there.
Yeah, like, why are you trying to eat dogs? That's like a trick.
Yeah. I feel like the meat's not gonna be good on a dog anyway. Like, and I know that
Well, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I've never had dog meat. I mean, but
that you know of.
Yeah,
You
true.
lived in New York City, dude. You never know. But
I get you.
I know that like there's, you know how like in Scandinavian countries and other countries around the world, like horse meat is sold in supermarkets and shit like that.
Well, horse meat's delicious.
See, and that's something I've never had horse meat, but I feel like because the muscle is so dense and how like just svelte horses are.
No. The thing is, with horses, it's not. It's just like, so you're not eating like it's horses raised to be food. It's different.
Is it kind of like, is it like veal where they don't allow the horses to move so the lactic acid doesn't fuck up the meat?
It's like cows. It's like cows. How you eat beef. So they're raised. There's a specific like type of horse typically that's raised for their meat.
Okay.
Different type, like, yeah. So that's why they kind of look like that. There's a little bit different look and stuff. Like, yeah, they're not just killing, horses bred for other stuff. I mean, maybe that goes to dog food or something, but
Adam only
you're
buys stud horses.
No, I don't even think that's how it works. Yeah, I think it's probably females and stuff, but
no, I mean you probably
wrong.
You buy the stud horses for your own personal amusement.
I actually don't own any intact horses at this point. So
do you spay and neuter your animals on your own?
Nah.
Pay somebody to do that?
Of course you got to.
Dude, have you ever seen those videos like out of like third world countries and shit like that where they like neuter horses and livestock and shit like that? Like just,
oh yeah, they'll just cut their nuts off straight up.
Yeah, that is some that's some like really intense footage when you see that kind of shit, or like if you see those propaganda films from PETA where they go to like third world countries and they try to project that the US is doing the same shit. Which granted we know that like a lot of those companies that raise chickens and shit like that in the past have been accused of really horrible practices. But I don't know. To me, you don't see the same shit you see in like other countries here. I would say it's probably on like a really small scale if it is happening.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. Who the fuck knows? At the end of the day, who knows? Like what the camera sees is very rarely true to life.
Of course, yeah. I mean, well, yeah, what the camera sees. I mean,
yeah.
You got to use your own 2 cameras, dude.
Speaking of, I've been seeing a lot of stuff where like they're saying like Joe Biden hasn't been anywhere to be seen in a while, and now there's like supposed all these allegations coming out against him, because he's just a fucking creep.
Joe Exotic?
No, Joe Biden.
Oh, sorry, you cut out after you said Joe. Yeah. There was some allegations about him like fingering a chick.
I mean, is anyone even really surprised at this point? Like, we've all seen the footage.
No one's surprised, but no one's going to talk about it. The media is going to bury it. Doesn't matter. No one's talking about it. They're going to move on.
Right.
So,
well, that's the thing. They can't afford to smear his name, but that's the thing. He's already done the work himself. And, I mean, it's pretty obvious, unless some kind of crazy shit happens, like we're getting 4 more years of the cartoon character. I mean,
most likely.
Not that it would have been what's that?
Yeah. I don't know. So I was saying there's probably about a 95% chance that he gets reelected for sure.
And that's what's crazy is like, I mean, I feel like at this point, like I bet Hillary Clinton's probably kicking herself in the ass for not jumping in again, because this is probably, if there was going to be a year that she could win, this would have been it. But it doesn't help that she's like essentially the fucking Carol Baskin of politicians. She's not done herself any favors in the past either.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
What?
I don't know, man. It's just, I mean, we've all adapted to it quite easily, but I'm saying easily, like in the sense that I feel like it's just people are just pretending that it's business as usual.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's the main problem we face as a society, is the fact that like humans can't afford to not work, and they don't have time to get together. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that noise? That is one of the weirdest fucking noises.
That's the cat.
Oh, tell her to shut the fuck up. I have like this secret thought every once in a while. I think all of Adam's animals have a podcast on the side, and they do what they can to sabotage me and Adam because they don't want to see us rise. They don't want to see us shining.
Well, it's not beyond the belief.
I mean, especially because like I was on the phone with Adam earlier, and we've been trying to get this turkey gobble sound sample from his backyard where his turkeys are.
Yeah.
But when he goes to do it, they're silent. I mean, radio silent as soon as he walks out there. But if he and I are FaceTiming and it's just a regular conversation, they'll be loud as fuck until they know you're recording.
Oh, yeah. The male turkey's just gobbling his fucking face off all the time. He hears someone drops a twig snaps.
Yeah.
Like, I go out there. I'm like, hey, make a noise. Like, whoa. Like, he doesn't want to do anything.
You know what it is, though? It's like he's only loud because he knows that the material he's yelling out and shit like that to all the other animals, he can't have it recorded because it would ruin him. Adam doesn't realize this yet, but the turkeys are actually a part of a very like far right podcast, like a white nationalist podcast, and he's super racist, and he's out there rallying all the animals together. I think Adam's got a fucking group of racist animals on his property.
Yeah, but those turkeys aren't even white.
It doesn't matter, dude. Underneath the plumage, you never know.
Oh, I don't know.
I love that sound, dude, and it's so like there's just no way to do it like a turkey does.
Yeah, he's just weird, dude. You walk out there, I'm walking out to the barn or something, and he just makes a fucking gobble. Like, what do you want, dude? Like,
that's one charming motherfucking turkey.
Yeah, he's just trying to gobble. Like, they just want to gobble all the time. He's got this thing because he's like a mature male.
Oh, is he?
Like drops down over his nose, like his nose on his beak. So he's like, if he walks around, like we hang out with him, walk around, like try to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Not mess with him. Just hang out with him. So like, oh, come over here. Like he gets winded within like 12 steps because the thing that hangs over his beak, where the breathers are, it gets covered up by that thing.
Oh, so it suffocates him when he tries to move quickly?
Yeah, these fucking male turkeys are fucking useless.
Dude, tell that cat to shut the fuck up. Turn on a fan or put some fucking wood in the fireplace and throw that cat in there. That's ridiculous.
Oh, I can barely hear it.
It's coming in loud and clear, and I'm ready to I'm going to shoot that cat the next time I see it. Which one is it? So that I don't shoot the wrong one.
Well, one, I think you need to, settle down. This is real life, dude. What do you want me to do? I don't live in a fucking mansion. I can't hide it away in a fucking canister.
What you need to do is you need to put it in the fucking dryer and teach it some manners.
No.
Nothing like 3 minutes. Dude, I'm telling you right now, 3 minutes on the tumble cycle. That shit'll straighten it out real quick.
Potentially.
Fucking punk ass cats out here. I know it's just because they have a competing comedy show. We can't catch a break.
I hope so.
Oh, dude, I wanted to talk again about that guy I told you about at work. The guy who comes in and he's got like the obsessive compulsive disorder.
Oh yeah.
So I saw him again, man, and he looked even worse than he did last time. And just to bring everybody listening up to speed, there's this guy that shops at my store a lot, and he has this obsessive compulsive issue where like once he touches something, he has to touch his mouth, or if he's holding an item, he has to touch it to his mouth. Like he taps it on his lips a couple of times, and then he starts looking at it again. So over the past like few weeks, I've been seeing him fairly regularly, and as the weeks are going on, he's looking more and more miserable and depressed because like you can tell that he's extremely worried about contracting the corona, but he can't help touching shit to his mouth or touching his mouth and stuff. And it's like, I don't know, I'm like starting to get alarmed. Like I wanted to ask him if he was okay or if he needed anything, but like you also don't want to draw attention to it. You know,
but what are you gonna do? Even if he said, what are you, a fucking doctor? You know, he's gonna say, what if he says, no, I'm not okay?
Well, then I'd ask him what's going on or something. I mean, I don't know. I'd get in depth with it. I mean,
you ask him what's going on and they get in depth with it. So what? If nothing's accomplished. Yes, he needs psychological help, dude.
Right.
Like a professional. Like he's obviously hasn't thought to seek that out.
Well, maybe he has and just hasn't like had any results, because I feel like, I mean, at his level, it seems pretty bad. Like he tries to carry a normal conversation as he's counting through his money and stuff. And this is another thing. I kind of feel bad for this guy, but on the other end, I don't, because he still pays in cash all the time, and he like touches his fingers to his mouth, and then he'll he'll like thumb through the money, and he'll touch the money to his lips before he hands it to me. So like, if you know that this is an issue already, why are you fucking paying with cash still?
Right.
You know, and also if you know that this is an issue, why are you not buying in bulk so that you're not constantly going out and potentially infecting the public around you?
Yeah, right. You gotta just buy in fucking massive bulk.
Right. Or at least order online. I understand you can't do that with liquor, but like this dude, I see him running errands all the time. Like I'm usually the last stop on everybody's errand list, you know? So like it's always gas, groceries, then liquor store. And this dude's always running errands. You always see him with like groceries in his car and stuff. And it's terrifying because you just know this guy is out there going through grocery stores, touching these things to his mouth, touching things with like dirty hands. And it's fucking frightening.
100%, dude. Yeah. And he can't do anything about it, but he's risking a ass beating. If it gets super serious, someone might fucking whoop your ass for doing that shit.
Good point. I did not even think about that, considering there's been a ton of articles with people getting in a bunch of trouble for like licking their hands and touching produce and like, you know, just fucking up food and like unscrewing juices and drinking juices and putting them back on the shelf. Just these fucking idiots. Yeah. This guy could easily get confused with one of those assholes and find himself in an actionable position. Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, you gotta let it just happen, dude.
I mean, no, that's ridiculous.
No, all the other animals are fucking locked up, dude. The cat just
chose right there to start caterwauling. What is it going? Was it in heat?
What am I, a fucking cat tamer, dude? Yeah,
you should be since you own them.
To doing that.
It's over there fucking scratching up against stuff. It's all just like it needs a good cat dick. Just fucking. Yeah. Wah.
Well, it's kind of hard to spay a cat at this time. So
get a pair of scissors and be a man. I clearly don't know. I clearly don't know how spaying and neutering works.
Yeah, it's a fucking female. Even it's a cat anyway, so they're both. I think both of them have internal genitals. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think it's going through heat or something. You need to get that cat laid. You need to set up some kind of. I don't know if there's like a cat Tinder. You there?
Yeah, I heard you. I couldn't think of something that was even,
Well, it's always good to just let there be dead silence instead of, interacting.
True.
You could have been like, oh, go fuck your mother, just something, anything. Just tap into that comedic genius. Again?
What is this? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm just trying to, I mean, obviously I gotta do something. But yeah, I wanted to give an update on the obsessive compulsive guy, because that just has to be such a fucking hell to live with. You there?
Yeah, I'm seeing Kenneth Copeland right now.
Yeah, well, I'm having a conversation with you, dude. You're just literally fucking sitting there staring at the goddamn screen.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, I was kind of looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but like, fuck. I'm gonna swat you or something. Well, I'm gonna call Curtis. I'm gonna call Curtis to tell you stole his groceries on purpose.
Well, why are there tissues?
Okay, well, okay, all right. Since we're not, all right, let's just go ahead and we'll segue into that. And this is going to, I guess.
Just ask him why they're. Okay.
Well, we're gonna segue into the segment, and that's why I pulled the screen up. But Mr. Antsy over here can't wait, so we're gonna go straight into Bologna Boys.
Bologna Boys.
All right, so as Adam's already pointed out, this week's Bologna Boy is one of these fucking dumb televangelists. His name's Kenneth Copeland, and he looks just like Cotton Hill from King of the Hill. He looks like Hank's dad. And this video is entitled "Judgment is Executed on COVID-19" by Kenneth Copeland. And so basically what we're getting ready to witness here is another spiritual battle against the COVID-19 virus. And I actually had a different Bologna Boy planned for this week, but I was fucking around on YouTube this morning and I stumbled across this, and there's just no way that you can't use this. This guy's perfect. So let me go ahead and get this going.
Exercise judgment right now.
Because we have...
In the name of Jesus.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Standing in the office of the prophet of God, I execute judgment on you, COVID-19.
Oh, Ramash.
I execute judgment on you, Satan, you destroyer, you killer. You get out. We break your power. You get off.
Did he just stutter? Like he fucked up his line?
It sounded like a little bit.
And
yeah.
At the beginning, I'm going to run it back a little bit because I think this one guy next to him, that's kind of like his hype man, is speaking in tongues.
Yeah, that's the best description, yes. That's like his hype man, it seems like.
It's his hype beast.
Yeah, he's trying to beast, but...
COVID-19.
Oh, Ramash.
I execute judgment.
He did. He went, oh, Ramash. Kind of like that Sith talk.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
I'm Robin Cox or something like that. Wasn't that their thing? Something Cox?
It seemed to be.
All right, this guy, then this, you can tell he's very, very short. Mr. Kenneth Copeland here. You can tell this guy's super short because the podium kind of just comes up to his nipples almost. He's a very little man.
I execute judgment on you, Satan, you destroyer, you killer, you get out, we break your power, you get off this nation. I demand judgment on you. I demand I demand a vaccination to come immediately.
Yes.
I feel like that guy is trying not to laugh.
Which one? Both of them, or like the guy squinting with the glasses?
The guy on the right, the taller guy. That's not Kenneth Copeland. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like it's almost like he's almost a troll.
Well, I mean, dude, televangelists are trolls. Do you really think they believe in their own shit?
Oh, of course. I mean, potentially.
I think they believe in
evangelical preachers that are online making millions of dollars.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think
those could be trolls. But this is definitely his hype man. And the hype man almost looks like he's trying to laugh.
Well, yeah, it does. And it also it needs to be pointed out that they're not reading out of any Bibles or anything like that. He's got a 3-ring binder open in front of him like he's reading a presentation for school or something. It's in this, I don't know, man. Like these types of guys, absolutely not. They don't believe in that God shit at all. Like these guys are just like, they're looking out right now. Like look at the look on Kenneth Copeland's face as he's looking out of the crowd. He sees fucking cash registers left and right. You know?
Of course he does. Of course he does. He's been seeing cash registers for, I mean, what's the guy's like 120 at this point? Or
it looks like it. He's pretty fucked up.
Well, that's the guy who has the private jets and stuff.
I think they all do at this point, dude.
No, that's the guy who got stopped by, I don't know, what was that media outlet? And like confronted him about how he's trying to get another jet. He has like 4 jets.
Oh, yes. Yes.
People on regular planes are like, it's like demons are on those planes.
Yeah, the same outlet that did that special on him, didn't they also go after like some of those like southern?
It was like almost like current affairs. Remember that? Like, the triangle.
Yeah, and I think they're the same people that did they did a similar issue, or they did a similar project with Southern Baptist like preachers that were doing the same thing. Like they were paying for tour buses and all this other shit.
Oh yeah, dude. All these guys are getting paid tax fry.
Sans the tax.
Yeah.
But that's I mean, dude, so people are always like, oh, one nation under God, and it's supposed to sound like this moral compass thing, like it's just virtue signaling as a country. People don't realize that they say we're a Christian nation, or they say that we're a religious country because of the sheer fact that religious institutions are the most surefire concrete way of being able to launder and embezzle money without getting in trouble. That's their primary function on this planet, is to amass wealth and hide it.
Well, yeah. I mean, one nation under God wasn't implemented, I believe, into the Pledge of Allegiance until like the 1950s or 60s.
That sounds like a 50s or 60s move.
Okay. So we're talking about people who founded this country. I know Benjamin Franklin was never a president, but he was a founding father, atheist. Thomas Jefferson wrote a Bible, that just took out all the miracles and stuff like that and made it like
a moral compass kind of book.
Yeah, he was an atheist too. Jefferson was a fucking atheist.
Right. Well, I mean, the majority of them weren't they? I mean,
most of those guys, yes, were like not even, people didn't even go to church a lot back then.
Right.
Like people went to church potentially, but church attendance like percentages, I think were not as high as like these resurgence movements.
Right.
I feel like, I don't know, but yeah, a lot of those guys, dude. That's why I have like 2 dogs that are reflecting Benjamin and Franklin.
Yeah, you have a lot of you tend to name your animals out of or after historical figures, except for Ted.
No, Ted wasn't. It's Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh no, you told me it was named after Ted, like our friend.
Oh, which one?
There's only one Ted. You do that all the time.
Well, I know a Ted. Oh, that's right. I guess Ted. There's only one guy that goes by Ted and Troy.
That would be funny if you enjoyed one of our friends so much that you named an animal after it or after him.
Nah, I would never do that.
Need to pick up like a super thick python, name it Rick. You know?
Drowned it.
Let's get back to Kenneth Copeland.
I call you done. I call you gone. You come down from your place of authority, destroyer. You come down and you crawl on your belly like God commanded you when he put his foot on your head in the Garden of Eden. You will destroy through COVID-19. No more.
No more. No more.
No more.
It
Bless up.
is
Game over.
Finished.
Finished.
It is over. And the United States of America is healed and well.
Thank you.
That's all it took.
Praise.
Saith
There you go.
Hallelujah.
Spirit
Glory.
of peace, who is also
Oh, they're like looking at each other.
the Prince of War, the Lord Jesus Christ.
Look at those dead eyes.
When oppressive,
The dead eyes and like the jowl turkey thing.
He looks like a very angry man. I feel like
He ain't happy.
I feel like you can always tell, just like you can see the lines in his forehead, like his brow's always furrowed and he's always like yelling at someone.
Well, he's like 95.
Yeah, he kind of has, you know what he has? Along with that kind of southern accent and that gravelly voice, he looks like a seething racist. Like someone you would see at a rally somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
No, I mean someone you personally would see at a rally somewhere. Since you know.
I don't go to rallies. So
You're
I don't
more
want to be around people.
You're more QT about it.
No, I just don't want to be around crowds.
Oh, okay. So you are saying that you, even though you are a racist and you don't like diversity.
That is not true.
Oh, I'm just trying to pinpoint this because I know you were really into rallies there for a little while. Nothing.
Like the fast food restaurant?
Rallies?
Isn't there a Rally's fast food restaurant or something?
I don't think so. You can Google. I don't think so, though. I've never heard of a Rallies.
I'm going to Google it.
mean, nasty people
Nasty.
attack his
Man.
people. When mean, oppressive, nasty diseases
Nasty.
attack his people, George, the Prince of Peace
Speaking
takes
in
his
tongues.
place, and he becomes the mighty man of war. Thank you. We'll exercise.
All right, so that dude's a fucking psychopath.
It's beyond that.
Yeah, there's a nasty disease. He's got I've been smoking since I was 12 voice. But yeah, like you said before, what are those fucking tissues doing there?
Yeah, there's tissues. I don't even know you. And then there's this fucking cuck guy that's taller than him. That's his cuck, dude.
Look how short his legs are compared to the rest of his body, the preacher guy.
Yeah, the suit's not helping him out, dude.
He looks like some kid wearing his dad's clothes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying 5 private planes, why can't you get a better suit?
Yeah, good question. And I mean, the fact that he's wearing like a $20,000 or $30,000 watch in a very badly tailored suit, he just looks like a guy who goes around ripping off old people for their like social security checks, which I'm sure is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of exactly what he's doing.
Allegedly.
It's just really weird that there's a podium there, and the podium has this little extension. It's weird. It's like another mini podium right next to it, a little bit shorter, and it only has tissues on it. Like, I don't understand. Like, why are those there?
People are giving speeches and then suddenly needing a fucking tissue?
I need to cast out this virus. Hold on just a second. He's just blowing snot, talking about a virus and shit like that.
Why? What are tissues needed for in this situation? I don't know.
I mean, who fucking knows? I bet if you pan the camera around, maybe they're just doing this like in an empty room. I feel like everybody's been doing like weird remote setups with their sermons and stuff. There's like a lot of online church going on right now.
Yeah, but those guys ain't 6 feet away from each other.
No. Something tells me that those guys probably do some even rougher stuff together, you know.
Oh, they kissing or something?
That'd be funny. Yeah, they leave with a pocket full of cash, and they know they just duped all these dummies that show up looking for salvation. They just ride away in their private jet while they're just deep kissing in the back. Well, they're drinking. They go away and they're drinking champagne cocktails up in the Sierra Mountains.
Yeah, that one big preacher got busted with like some male prostitutes and meth.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's only a matter of time before like all these dudes get exposed for being the scumbags that they are. I mean, that's one of those things where like religion and the fact that they are not a taxed institution, like that needs to be repealed right away so that it can strain out all the phonies and fuckboys. And we need to get rid of religion as an individual, as like a human thing. Like we need to get rid of that shit and start moving forward, like technologically and everything else. Because we have, I mean, if we've seen anything in the light of this whole virus situation, it's that we have absolutely zero safety net, and we need to fucking put some money into our infrastructure and into these potential things that could save us in the future.
Man, I mean, but that's never going to happen.
Well, not at the rate we're going, dude. I mean, that's the thing, is we have to dethrone all these fucking greedy pieces of shit that got us to this point in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. We have to, but they got all these millions of dollars tax-free, man. They could influence all this shit.
Well, that's the problem, is they can use that money to keep us in debt. And, you know, if you have a society that's living paycheck to paycheck, they're not going to have time to come together. And even if they do try to come together, eventually the tasks involved with starting a revolution on that scale, you would have to quit everything. You would have to drop everything. That's the sole purpose your life has, is just the revolution at that point. And ain't nobody got any type of fucking extra time for that.
No, not someone that's living the paycheck to paycheck. You don't have time for that shit. You're just trying to, you know, take care of yourself.
Well, and there's another thing too, is like most people, you know, they're going to have a family. Eventually, you know, the POs keep people in order too. You know, people, they
for sure,
they medicate the population, and then, you know, you start introducing things like dependency, and, you know, that coupled with all the other horse shit we just mentioned, it makes for a very unlikelihood that revolution would ever occur on that scale. We just can't be trusted to mobilize or to get together and maintain sanity, or even like work towards a cohesive goal.
No, it's I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, I was thinking of today, like, you know, in the hypothetical situation, and this is separate than what we talked about yesterday. Like, if aliens came down, like, look, we want to hang out with you guys. We'll give you some fucking technology and shit. But, like, you guys got to just fucking start working it out. Like,
yeah, like come together as a planet.
I mean, yeah, just kind of fucking work it out. And, you know, as a species. I'm like, even if aliens did that, people, like, governments would be like, nah, we're good.
Yeah, you're right.
Nope.
You're right.
No, we're all set.
Well, there's too much infighting, even in our own country, let alone uniting an entire planet. We can't even get our shit together as a country.
Right. Well, like, we can't even get our shit together as a fucking, you could say state, you could say county, you could say municipality,
neighborhood,
you know, and all those. And like, if an aliens, like, if a bunch of them came down, like, yo, yeah, we'll help you out, they're just going to be like, no. But yeah, you got to just work together and
yeah,
sure,
good luck.
well, yeah, okay, we'll give it a shot.
Well, then
then no one's ever going to work out. It doesn't matter. All these religions are still going to fucking pop up, be like, Allah said this, or,
Allah.
Jesus said this, or,
Well, half of his homeboys are pedophiles, so I don't even know if I trust what happened over there in that school.
Yeah, it's like, we still would work together. That's the fucked up part. Like, it's gonna, people, it's gonna take some big thing for us all to get together. If aliens from another fucking place came down and were like, "Whoa," I can guarantee it still wouldn't work out.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you behind that. Unless
that's fucked up.
The only way that it could ever work is if they came down and made it happen by force.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, but that's not going to work either.
What do you mean?
That's not going to work either. You can't have it done by force. We're not cattle.
Well, that's the thing is assuming that they're like technologically advanced, or obviously they're going to be technologically advanced enough to figure it out. I think. I don't think our imaginations can conceive of what they'd be capable of if they were capable already of like interstellar travel. Maybe they could find a way to forcibly make us all cooperate. And once we got on the same page, they just were like, all right, there you go. You guys are caught up. You're up to speed now. Don't be fucking assholes when we leave, or we're going to zap your planet and blow it into a million pieces. I bet you that would be okay. We would start, because the corrupt ones would start weeding themselves out really quickly. Like, I think people would be too afraid of dying to not report that, like, oh, hey, this congressman or this comptroller is fucking embezzling money, if money even remained. I would imagine money and the way that we even deal with international trade, it's just going to go out the window. There'd be no currency.
You're taking the Star Trek route. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is definitely the best route. But also on the opposite side of that coin, a lot of people, a lot of the skeptics, like people that would say extraterrestrials don't exist, or even the ones that say they do, I feel like more often than not, our ideas of what extraterrestrials are like these futuristic, ultra advanced beings from other star systems, when in reality they could be in other star systems or even closer in our galaxy and just be just like a living bacteria or something like that. Like that still counts as extraterrestrial life. So the thought or the notion that, first contact could be in the form of like hyper intelligent beings could be completely false. I mean,
well, yeah, you're talking about the Fermi paradox. Like,
yeah,
why haven't we seen another, other life form kind of visit us? Well, what if we're all maybe like our progression is kind of a status quo, meaning like everyone else out there is probably might be at the same progression level as us.
Right. Like we're all growing and evolving at the same time.
We just had the Voyager satellite leave, our solar system.
Yeah.
So that took, 50 years.
That's so amazing.
And that's just so the next, star system is, I think it's a couple 100 light years away. It might be less. I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I'm not like super clear on as far as like distances to other galaxies and shit. I know like doesn't Andromeda neighbor us or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. Call in if you have that.
Yeah. Call in is pre-recorded. Yeah, just forget it.
Yeah, that's the joke. That's the comedy. But yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You're 100% right. I mean, it's 100. It's dude. We're talking really far away.
Right.
Really, fucking far away is the closest thing. It might even be 30 light years, dude.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Who the fuck knows? Right now. In terms of,
by the way, I looked up Rayleigh's. It is a fast food chain.
Okay. What kind of food do they serve?
Burgers and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's Alpha Centauri A. Oh, it's not as far as one would think.
Couple hours.
They're an average of 4.3 light years from Earth. That's an average because obviously, I don't know, they're spinning and shit, I'm assuming. But
Right. The whole expansion of space and whatnot.
no, not that necessarily, but it's the rotation of their own galaxy.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not a fucking galaxyologist.
Well,
oh my
it's
God, there's that piece of shit
yeah,
cat.
see? Yeah, this cat is throwing salt in your game, dude.
Yeah,
It's
it really
sick of you,
is.
dude.
It's a constant uphill battle with everything in that fucking home. I hope a fucking rogue bolt of lightning just strikes your house and burns everything down. You have to start over from nothing. That was a proper
Whatever,
response.
dude, it adds flavor. I don't give a turkey about this fucking cat.
It doesn't add flavor.
If it didn't add flavor, I don't care either.
Well, I'd understand that. I mean, your lack of caring is not under scrutiny here at all. I can tell you that.
No, fair enough. But 4.3 light years is still pretty far away.
Yeah, not
We
quite
can't
as
travel
far.
light speed.
What's that in feet?
Well, okay, I'll give you this. I think Mars is 10 light hours away. I think
10 light hours?
Yeah.
What's a light hour?
Well, just as in the sun is eight light minutes away. Like
that's the time it takes for the sunlight to reach Earth.
No, it's not the time, it's the speed.
That's what I'm saying, like the time it takes for the actual light to hit Earth.
Right. So that's how the same speed at which communications work too.
Okay, gotcha.
So, radio waves can only move at, I don't know, I'm not an expert, but yeah, so
You're not a radiologist.
Well, yeah, but a ray of sun from the sun to us takes 8 minutes.
Oh, okay.
From the Earth to Mars, I think it's about 10 minutes or something per communication. Like if you sent a message to a spaceship that's orbiting Mars, it's going to take like 9 or 10 minutes to get there.
I saw the Matt Damon movie. I know. He's making potatoes out of his shit.
Oh, well, did they address the 10 minutes? I don't think
they did. There was a scene, if I'm thinking of the right scene, there is a scene where he is communicating back and forth, but it shows a time lapse of him just sitting there waiting for the communications to send and receive. So it's like 20 minutes essentially for him to get the message there and get one back. But yeah, there is a scene like that where they're just kind of, it's like a montage. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong.
Well, let's talk about this for a section of the show here. Yeah, like a little slice of the show here. We were talking about this yesterday. What if, and this is a big what if that's not possible, but if aliens got to all the big governments and said, hey, we're to come down, hang out with you guys, help you out. We've done a bunch of DNA tests, but we need you guys to be immune to this like viral strain.
Right, like they would bring along, they know because they've seen our DNA structure, they know that their presence on our planet would bring along with it some kind of crazy virus that could kill us.
Right.
And we would have to be inoculated against that.
Right, just like when the Europeans came to North America, they killed a bunch of Indians just by and they inadvertently infected them with diseases. So what if we're like, okay, this is the last one? Like we've been doing vaccines for years. Polio is because of aliens and all this shit.
Oh, that'd be insane.
Oh, we got vaccines for this. So like, this is the last vaccine. And then or
the
whatever,
ultimate
immunity.
one.
And then they can come down and hang out. So someone fucked up and it got out before they were ready for the
first contact.
Well, no, before they could get a vaccine out, because they've leaned on China, oh, you guys can handle that, I'm sure, right? We're doing all this other more important stuff.
They've been so important, in helping fix the world so far, right? Might as well give them some more responsibility.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
That is an
So
interesting
everyone's got
concept, though.
I mean, it's bullshit, but
Well, I mean, it would make for a fucking sweet ass book.
it sounded cooler yesterday.
Well, it's still a cool concept. Like that's something that like you would read. That's like some fucking like Day After Tomorrow shit, or like the the cinematic masterpiece that was Signs. That had a very weird, stupid
true.
twist. Like, oh, okay, we came down to invade a planet that was, 80-something% the substance that can kill us. Like, and that stupid scene where Joaquin Phoenix is holding the baseball bat and he's looking around with that stupid hair lip, and he's like, he keeps hearing the voice of his mom or something like that in his head telling him to swing. Did you see that movie? Are you there?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, the Earth, well, the whole
Fucking
thing
Christ.
is, these guys came down on a planet that was roughly, 71% water.
Yeah, it was just the dumbest fucking concept
And
for a movie.
they had this fucking, water, in cups and stuff hurts me.
Yeah,
like,
it's just stupid. It was a stupid.
what kind of planning did M. Night Shyamalan and these aliens do?
There's there was none. He got his fucking paycheck from 6 Sense, and then
It
he
just
phoned
doesn't make
it
any
in.
sense. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, he phoned it in.
Well, 6 Sense, and that's true. I guess that was Lady in the Water was probably his best performance.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to watch it again. It's just all of them are just so good.
It's not. Yeah.
The Village was a piece
most of them
of
are gold. Wait, The Village was awful. What was that one where the trees were fucking shooting some shit out in the air?
What?
The Happening? Was it called The Happening?
Oh, yeah, where it was like infecting everyone.
Yeah, remember that? Was it called The Happening?
I think so. I think you're right, but I remember that movie. That was such a steaming bag of shit too.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, The Happening. Yep, M. Night. Goddamn, M. Night stinks.
Another hour and a half of watching Mark Wahlberg run around looking confused. He's just, I can't believe he still has a career after clearly, mercilessly committing a hate crime in his younger days. Like, where's all the outrage from the community? Especially
was
since
it a hate crime or he just...
Yeah, he beat a guy up because he was Asian.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he blinded him, I think.
Yeah, he and his friend, like...
one eye, at least.
Yeah, he and his friend, like, really fucking hurt this guy.
Yeah.
And you can, I mean, that's like, you can Google that and see that like actually happened. That's fucking nuts. And this dude is dude's still like a beloved animal, or goddamn it, a beloved actor.
Animal.
Yeah, I know. You kept fucking talking, so I couldn't I kept stumbling.
Mm-hmm.
You're stepping all goddamn place. I'll be so happy when we can just all be in the same room together again. I hate this remote shit.
I know, man. What are we going to do? We just got to do the best.
I know. I mean, maybe sequester yourself in a room that doesn't have a bunch of fucking cats and heat in it out there.
What do you mean? There's only literally like 2 to 3 rooms that you can sequester off into.
You need to start podcasting from the barn.
And the internet's not as good from there.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're out there stealing it.
No, I'm definitely not stealing internet.
Adam's got a stupid satellite dish pointed at a cell tower. He's just stealing internet.
It's not true.
Adam has the dish out front, but it's not like connected to anything. He's actually he found out one of his neighbor's Wi-Fi passwords. You're running your entire household on their fucking Wi-Fi. I think that was half the issue we were facing in the first place, is like maybe they were behind on damn payments. They were getting throttled down.
No, that's never been an issue. This is our internet.
So. All right. Well, we'll take your word for it, I guess.
It's a fact. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not.
I'm gonna get you investigated. All right, thank you everybody for joining us for another installment of the Brass Tacks Podcast. I'm over here stumbling over my fucking words. Please be sure to like our Facebook fan page. Check us out on all of our social media accounts. Instagram at The Real Brass Tacks. Twitter is the Brass Tacks Pod, I believe. I never even use the Twitter anymore anyway. I don't really give a fuck about it. But if you have any suggestions or anything you would think we would like to cover on the show, send all your suggestions to therealbrasstacks@gmail.com. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, our YouTube channel, Brass Tacks Podcast. I don't know how many more times I can say the fucking name of the show. But yeah, check us out all over the place. And until next week, you guys maintain a safe distance from each other and go fuck your mother.
Don't eat any ass. Suspended for weeks, maybe months.